I've said it before and I'll say it again. You cannot live an aligned life if you do not know what you're aligning to. That means that no matter how many self-help books you read, no matter how many self-help podcasts you listen to, you will not make the changes sustainably. You might make them for a week or 2 weeks, but you will not keep them long-term if you are not aligning to your values. Your values create the foundation for your life. And if you are not living by your values, your core values, then your foundation is built upon someone else's. So this is key to living a life that feels true to you, that feels fulfilling and authentic. And that's why in this video, we will be going into a very simple practice to uncover your core values. And I just want to preface that this is just one way of finding your core values. In this particular way, we go off of a desire. So a dream you have, a vision for the future, what you dream of for yourself. If you do not even know what you want for yourself, if you have no dreams, if you're feeling so stuck that nothing is clear, then this practice might not be the one for you. I will be very honest about that. But that does not mean there are not other ways to find your values. So I don't want you to feel like to send you down a spiral of hopelessness, because that is not true. This is just one of the ways to find your values, and the one that we'll be doing today. So if this is not it, don't worry. In the Living with Alignment course, I go into many different ways to find your values. So you can look there. Otherwise, on my YouTube channel, I have lots of information on values and how to find them. So you can check there as well. But if you do have a feeling or something that you've always wanted for your life, a dream, a vision, whatever, then we are going to reverse engineer and find the values that are driving this dream of yours, that are driving this vision of your future. In this exercise, I want to say, do not be realistic. I don't want you to limit yourself in any way. So even if you think it sounds completely unrealistic, I want you to make that your thing that you want. And there's certain ways that we can make sure that it's realistic in some sense, and we'll get into that, but just do not limit yourself. Reach for the stars, put your highest dream there. There's nothing out of reach. So I want to start with that. So we'll get into it. So the first thing I want you to do is to think about something you really want for your future, a dream of yours. And this can be in any part of your life. Maybe it's in your love life. You want to have a certain type of partner. Maybe it's you want to travel the world. Maybe it's in your career. Whatever it is, whatever your dream is, just think about what that is. And then once you have the dream you want to achieve, then I want you to write it in a way that A, is in the present moment, so present tense, as if it's already happened, and B, so that someone else besides you could know that you achieved it. So what I mean by that is it can't be just a feeling, because I can't know if you've achieved that feeling. It needs to be something I can see from the outside. I need to be able to say, okay, she's achieved this or he's achieved this. And I'll give you an example. So a dream of mine is to open a mindfulness center, a physical mindfulness center with a tea shop in the front. And I want this to be a space where people go and talk about their lives, and interesting workshops happen there, and there's yoga and people drink tea and they enjoy the space. So I want it filled with people. I want all of the classes sold out. So how would I write that in a way that you can know if it's happened, and then in the present tense as well? So I have a tea shop and mindfulness center that is always full. The workshops on mindfulness are constantly being booked out, and the tea shop is filled with people enjoying tea and conversing with each other. So that is present tense, and it's something that somebody externally, let's say you were looking in on my life, you could say, okay, she's achieved that because I would have built the tea shop. I would have people there selling out my classes, selling out my mindfulness workshops, whatever, people in the tea shop. You can physically see that. You can know that I have achieved that. So that is the first step. That's not the end all be all, but that is the first step. So go ahead right now, pause the video, and take your time to write this dream in the most vivid way that you can, but in the physical. So try not to get so much into the emotional right now. There's a time for that later, but right now I just want you to write it present tense as if it's already happened and how I would know it happened for you. So pause the video and do that. So now that you have your vision, your dream of the future, and in the present tense and in the physical realm, so I could tell you if it happened or not, I want you to answer the following question about this dream. What will this dream of yours do for you? What is it going to bring into your life? What will it do? And I want you to list out all of the different things you can think of, because it's not going to just be one thing that it will do for you. There will be a lot of different things. From the tea shop example, what would it do for me? Well, since it's a business, it would bring me financial stability if I have a successful business where all my classes are booked out. So financially stable brings me that. Brings me fulfillment, because I've always wanted to create a space for people, which also ties into the fact that I want to be of service. I want to share the knowledge that I have. So it will give me the opportunity to be of service to people. It will also give me a space to relax in, to build a sanctuary of what I love. And it will also create community. And the list can go on and on and on. So what will your dream give you? What will it do for you? So pause the video again and list out everything it will do for you. Now that you have your list, I want you to look at your answers. And if they seem a little vague still, I want you to dive a little bit deeper into these. So some of them might already be values. And when I say values, I mean simply what's most important to you and what you want to build your life around. Some of them might be more of like long sentences. We want to get that down to just being a value. So how do we do that? We ask ourselves, and why is that important to me? So values are things that we place importance on, something that truly means something to us, something that's so important to us that we would build our life around it. So the question, why is this important to me, should bring you to a value. And once you have gone through and asked yourself that for every single thing on your list, then we'll get into ranking these, because now we have not only a random list of values, but a list of values that came from your dream, something that you want in your life. So these are your values. They're not random. They're not from a list. They're not from anything else. They've come from you. So we will rank them from most important to least importance. And in order to do that, you can simply just go down the list and put them head to head. So like first value, say it's community. Second value is stability. Which one's more important to you? Community or stability? Okay, you said stability is more important. That stays up. Community moves on. Community moves down. And then you put community versus the next one, which could be being of service. And so what's more important to you, being of service or community? Being of service. You put being of service at the top, community at the bottom. Go all the way down through, and then you keep going through until everything is in its place. And then you have your list of values in order. And we will work with the top, let's say 3 to 5. Anything more than that will get a little messy and make this process take a long time. And we want to keep it easy for you, but anything less than that won't be enough. So take your top 5 values and ask yourself, what does whatever your value is look like to me? So what does it look like in your life? Because we could have the same value word. We could both say our value is community, but for me, that looks completely different than what it looks like for you. So it's really important to start defining what that means to you. What does that look like in your life in context to your dream? And you're going to do that for all of the different values. Then I want you to start adding the emotional elements to it. So start to ask yourself for each of them, now, what does it feel like to me? What does each of these values feel like to me? And sit with it in your body and really feel, okay, what does community feel like in my body? Maybe it feels expansive. Maybe it feels secure and warm and fuzzy. Whatever it feels like to you, write all of that down. Now, with all of your values and how they feel and how they look to you, I want you to start painting a picture in your mind of how this will start to look and feel, and really make it as vivid as you can in whatever way that means for you. If you are not a super imaginative person, this can also be done physically in the style of a vision board, but make sure that you're putting things that will also capture the emotions, because those are key. And then the next thing I want you to do is to also imagine your highest self. I want you to picture yourself in your highest essence and what it looks like to live by these values. So in order to live by this dream, so step into this vision of your ideal dream, but step into it as your highest self. Who do you need to become to allow yourself to let this dream happen for you? So that's not only finding your values, which is what we just did, but it's also a first step into aligning your life to your values. So go ahead and do that and allow yourself to get lost in your daydream of your values that you've just discovered for yourself. Allow yourself to see yourself showing up as the person who lives their life by these values. And bask in that, enjoy it, let your mind wander, and know that you can come back to this at any time. And the beautiful thing about this is that our minds don't know the difference between what is real and what is not real. So the more real you make it in your mind, and language of our minds is feelings. So the more you feel into this, the more real it will be for your body, and your body and mind are going to start believing that this is already your future. And so it's really powerful. This is more than just finding your values. This is already starting to align to your values in a very subtle way, but powerful nonetheless. And yeah, so I hope this little workshop helped, and I hope you took something from it. If you found this helpful and you want to dive into more, and you really want to take the leap to start living a life that is true to you, living in a way that allows you to fully trust yourself, to be authentic, to live with clarity and ease, I'd love to invite you to take my course, Living in Alignment. At the moment, I'm doing a promotion where the next 30 people to sign up for the course will also get a one-on-one session with me. If you are not familiar with me, I'm a mindfulness coach, and I help women live in alignment, live their truth, become the muse of their life. So the one-on-one coaching session is actually worth more than the course itself, but I just love to meet people who are taking the courses and really see how it's going for them, help them in any way I can. I wasn't just making that up earlier. Being of service is my purpose, and I really just want to see as many women as possible living in alignment and living their truths, because it's so powerful when women do that. And we have been programmed and conditioned for so long in society to put other people's needs above our own and to live by other people's values. So I see so much power in women taking back their truths, their authenticity. So I truly just want to see as many women thrive as possible. Yeah, so I decided to do 30 free one-on-one sessions for the next 30 people who sign up for the course. And so if you want to claim that, jump on it quickly because they will go fast. So I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I am here for you, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining.